So we are taking yet another example to improvise our concept of drawing supports and resistances. So we are on the monthly chart of Cipla. Now before watching this video, I want you all to keep our SR accelerator with you right now, because in this video I will not be explaining each and every point of the accelerator again, rather you should be able to correlate it by yourself, and if you are not able to correlate it, you should look at the list, and that is the reason why I am asking you to keep the list handy. Now let us start with the lowest point in the chart, that is here. Let me draw a horizontal line. It marks a good area of support. The highest point of the chart. The wicks stick out perfectly. This line does not need any polishing because the line is made in such a way that the wicks stick out of it completely. So the polishing is not required from the lower time frames. Now can we see any other area? Yes, this area seems nice. Let me draw a rectangle because this represents an area. So here we go. Since this is a monthly chart, we will use the monthly template. Double click. Change the template to the monthly. Hit OK. Now I want you to look at the fifth point from our accelerator. The fifth point is about the magnitude of reaction. The magnitude of reaction here is very weak. Here there is a decent reaction. Again here there is a decent reaction. And here there is a reaction which can be said to be below average. This area of support shows us 4 rejections. So this area of support is of good significance to us as of now. We can lower this area a little bit to cover the wicks. Seems nice. Now do we see any other areas? Here I can see one area. There are multiple rejections. There are multiple wicks we can see. But the issue with this area is that this area dates back to 2014-15. You look down the screen. The area dates back to 2014 and 2015. Now if you look at the 7th point of our accelerator, you will realize that the older the area, the lesser significance it has. But since this is a monthly chart, we will like to draw this area because the higher time frames are always stronger ones. So let us draw a horizontal line here and see how it plays out. It plays out nice. There are 2 rejections here also. There is 1 rejection here also. The price hits here, reverses. What we can do is we can delete this line and replace it with a rectangle so that it marks a proper area. Now this rectangle gives a proper picture and all the rejections are adequately covered. This is a very dynamic area. It has acted as support here and it has acted as a resistance here. So now we are done with the monthly analysis. Let us dig deeper to the weekly charts. We press comma and then press W, hit enter. So here is the weekly chart. We will like to polish the monthly areas. Look at the 9th point from the accelerator. Let me zoom out the chart a little bit and make it comfortable. Can any polishing be done? First let's come to this support. This is a resistance as of now because the price is below this. So let us adjust this first. We can drag this little down, we can make it a little thinner. And this seems good. Very nice polishing. We made it thinner. It covers the rejections adequately. All said and done. Now let us look at these resistance, whether there is any room for polishing. Yes, there is a room. What we can do is we can lift this area up like this. We cannot, however, make this area thinner, because if we make this area thinner, then these two rejections will not be adequately covered. So let us keep the area as it was. But what we did was we raised this area a little higher. Now it opens up an area, a different area from the weekly chart. Can you spot it? Yes, it is this area. Now if I draw a horizontal line here using Alt plus H, now this area is a dynamic area again. It has acted as a support here. Again it acted as a support here. And now it has acted as a resistance. Now this area has been identified from the weekly chart. So we will apply our weekly template which we have created using our earlier lectures. We will double click on this, open template and select weekly. The color changes to blue and the visibility settings change as per the weekly time frames. Now do we see any other areas from the weekly chart? We can see this area right here. It is a nice area but not that nice. However, let us draw this. We can draw a horizontal line again here. It has acted as a support here, and again it has acted as a support here. However, the magnitude is again less at this area. Anyways, we took a note of this area. Now let us jump to the daily time frame and see what is there. Press comma, then hit D and press enter. So here we are on the daily chart. Do we see any other areas? Yes, I do. There is an area here. Let me draw a rectangle. A line would not be sufficient here. This is a good area. We will change the template to the daily template. Now do we see any other areas? Yes, we see the swing low, the lowest point. We can mark this as the daily support. Double click, change the template to daily, hit OK. The monthly lines up perfectly. There is no need to polish this area. The weekly, there is no scope of polishing. Again this area, there is no scope for polishing. Everything lines up perfectly. So we are done analyzing the daily chart. Now let us move to the 75 minutes. If you are using the free version, you can obviously go to the 60 minutes instead of the 75 minutes. Now let us see if there is any room for polishing the daily area. Let me zoom out a little bit. So the daily area appears fine. We can neither make it a line nor make it thinner, otherwise it would distort the picture. So the area which we have drawn from the daily chart is perfect. There is nothing much we can do about it. Now let us see if there are any other areas fresh from the 75 minutes. I am seeing a very nice area here. Let me draw a rectangle here. It is a dynamic area. How well this area lines up. Now have your focus on the 6th point of the accelerator list and look at the rejections. It has acted as a support here, again a support, as a resistance with 3 rejections, again as a resistance here with heavy magnitude of rejection, and recently it has acted as a resistance here too, and finally as a support, pretty strong area from the 75 minutes time frame. Now since this is the 75 minutes, we will use the 75 minutes template instead of the daily, and we are done with the 75 minutes. Let us now dig deeper. Let us go to the 15 minutes time frame, comma 15, hit enter. We'll see if we can polish the 75-minute area. Yes, there is a scope for polishing. We can make the area thinner. Not much. We could make it a little thinner. Not much. Can we see any other areas, fresh areas from the 15 minutes? The highest point, we can note this down. Alt plus H. Now this is the 15 minutes time frame. Need to switch the template to the 15 minute. The color will be light green. Do we see any other areas? Nothing much. Do you want to go deeper? Come on, let us go. Let us go to the 5 minutes, my lowest time frame. In the 5 minutes chart, we will try to polish the area identified from the 15 minutes. Seems fine. Nothing much we can do about it. Let us see if there are any other fresh areas from the 5 minutes time frame. Yes, a beautiful area. Write this, Alt plus H. This is a nice area from the 5 minutes time frame, a dynamic area. It has given some sort of resistance here, then again a resistance here, support, 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 a breakout through this area, and again a support here. So a strong area. Amazing that we found a strong area from the 5 minutes time frame. There's one more area right here, Alt plus H. We are seeing 3 rejections of this area, a moderate area, but let's note it down. We'll change the template to the 5 minute. Again this one. So we are done drawing supports and resistances right from the monthly time frame, then the weekly, and all the way to the 5 minutes time frame. Now let me show you some magic of supports and resistance, the magic of technical analysis. Now we are on the 15 minutes time frame. Now I want you to look at the 8th point of our accelerator. The 8th point says that the areas identified from the higher time frames are always stronger than the areas identified from the lower time frames. Now this area, since it is a dark green area, this area has been identified from the 75 minutes time frame, and we are on a lower time frame, that is the 15 minutes time frame. Let us see how the price behaved at this area. Let me zoom out. The first rejection, it was here. The price hit this area with a good momentum and it fell down with an equal momentum. The area proved itself to be of good significance. Once again, when the price hit this area, this time it hit this area with smaller candles, with shrinking candles. We saw good upper wick rejection. This situation is what I love. I would love to go short at this situation, provided I get additional confirmations, which we will learn in the later part of the course. Anyways, coming back to the point. So we saw shrinking candles plus a good upper wick rejection, and then the price again came back down with good momentum. Then what happened? The price approached this area with rising candles, with bigger candles, and price broke out of this area. Once again, the price came back down to test this area. This time this area acted as a support. Now once again what we saw was good candles, some big wicks, long wicks, which is what I love. Now you may wonder, how do we take advantage of such situations? How can we go along here? Now these all things will be discussed at length in the coming chapter called the opportunity. Until then, we will be practicing supports and resistances, and we will also be discussing some other things like important candlestick patterns, important chart patterns, some other secret tools which I use. Everything will be covered in the coming chapters. But as of now, we are learning supports and resistances. So let us not be greedy and focus on the correct approach. Now once again I have got some homework for you. I want you all to open up those 20 charts which you had opened in our last homework. I want you to open all those charts, delete all those lines. How can you delete? You can just right click and click on remove all drawing tools. All the lines will disappear. And I want you to redraw all the supports and resistances with the help of the accelerator this time. So you will clearly notice how your skills of drawing supports and resistances have improved using the accelerator. You will also see a significant improvement in the reactions when the price approaches the supports and resistances which you now draw. Once you practice in all those 20 charts, I want you to open 5 new charts and draw supports and resistances in those charts. After drawing supports and resistances, I want you to look and observe at the price behavior when the price approaches or reaches those areas. Remember friends, everything comes with practice. Without practice, you cannot be a successful trader. But believe me, if you watch all my videos with discipline, with utmost commitment, and you do all the homework which I give, I promise you that I'll make you a successful trader. But please practice. Only after you have done your homework, you can then proceed to watch my next videos where we will take the course further. Till then, thanks for watching and goodbye.